On the island's northeast coast, the family visits the town of Beppu, only about 100 kilometers from the biggest active volcano in the country. Located along the fault line of the Pacific Ring of Fire, the Earth's crust on the island is so thin that huge quantities of steam are continually escaping from it, even in the middle of Beppu.
What's that, Martin?
It's steam coming out from under the town. And then it rises, and like that, comes down us as hot water.
Beppu has around 3,000 hot springs, and specialists consider it the world's most geothermic town. Here, the heat and energy released by the springs are used to grow tropical plants in greenhouses.
It's the spring of hot water.
Hot springs?
Hot water.
It's not easy speaking English, especially for the Japanese.
It's not hot yet.
Ah, yes. Steam. Steam.
Steam.
Those are radiators which heat the tiny plants and also the flowers which are in that greenhouse. Thank you. What's that thing with the spots?
It's a flower too. Pretty, isn't it?
What kind of flower is it?
It's an orchid. Does it smell?
I put my nose in the yellow bit.
Do you know why it has thorns on the stem?
No?
It's to stop animals climbing up and eating the leaves.
They'd get pricked.
That's right, they'd be pricked.
Smells of gherkins. We're going to eat in a steam restaurant,
What's a steam restaurant?
where everything's cooked by steaming.
This restaurant provides baskets so the diners can cook their own food, using the natural supply of steam to allow its customers to discover the benefits of an ecological and economic cooking technique. Equipped with a timer, customers watch over the cooking of their own food.
I'll put on the gloves.
This basket takes 7 minutes to cook. This one takes 15 minutes. And that one 30 minutes.
And we put the lid on.
Keep an eye on the timer.
Let's see if it's properly cooked.
What's it like, Sheen?
Good. Time's up.
Crab, shrimp.
And mussels.
What's this steamed cuisine like?
It's good. It's really good. Can I taste that?
A feast fit for a king. Even the pumpkin has disappeared. They've eaten everything.
By using renewable energy, this kind of cuisine has a dual advantage. It is free, and it preserves the vitamins and flavor of the food.
And when you're done, you have to wash the dishes.
Thank you. Where do we put it when it's clean?
Up there.
Here?
Put it on the side.
Having eaten their fill, Fred, Lore, Martin, and Sheen get back on the road, heading for the region of Fukuoka. The family has a date with a farmer in his paddy fields, right in the middle of harvest season.
Is that the machine?
Yes.
For the past 25 years, Takao Furunu has been growing rice without any chemical fertilizer, and yet his 4 hectares of fields are among the most productive in the region. To obtain such yields, this farmer has decided to get the most of all the biodiversity at his disposal.
So can you see where the machine has been? There's lots of little creatures. And that's a very good sign, because that means the land is alive. In fields where they use chemical products, all these little animals will be dead because the chemicals kill them. Oh, off he hops.
Frogs, snakes, and all kinds of insects have found refuge in Takao's field. But the most prized catch on this patch of land are no doubt ducks.
It's all right, it's over. We're done torturing you. This one stayed hidden, but luckily we caught her before the end of the harvest, or she might have flown off.
The ducks are Takao's secret allies. Every year when he sows, he introduces dozens of them into his paddy fields.
We plant the rice in June, and 1 week later, we introduce ducklings that we have raised into the paddy fields. As they swim through the fields, they feed on the weeds and insects, and their droppings fertilize the land. So our ducks and our rice grow up at the same time. Of course, we remove the ducks before they are so big that they can eat the rice. That way we get good organic rice and ducks that we can eat a month after the rice harvest. And all that without any chemicals.
Takao has adopted this traditional Chinese method, which allows him to deal effectively with insects and diseases. He drives Fred around some nearby fields that have been treated with chemicals, apparently without great success.
That's opaba, an insect, a pest. It eats the rice.
Problem?
Problem, yes. Here they use chemical fertilizer and pesticides. And in spite of that, there are insects everywhere. Opaba, opaba, opaba. Insects everywhere. And these are my fields. 0 opaba. Okay?
Whereas on average it takes the equivalent of a drink can of fertilizer to produce 1 kilo of rice, Takao's method means he can totally do without chemicals, which makes the grain more resistant to pests. By taking a step back from modern methods, Takao has managed to solve the problems encountered by many small-scale farmers around the world.
This is brown rice.
As well as sharing his experience with other rice producers, Takao has created a brand of whole grain organic rice, duck rice, which he now sells across Asia.
I'm filling the sacks of rice. Then we're going to put them on a truck, and they'll be sold at the market.
Garlic, maize, lettuce, eggplant, onions, even fish. Takao believes in the diversification of produce. And since the ducks save him around 500 hours of manual weeding each year, he and his family can now put their time into planting other crops that respect the environment.
You want to try?
Yeah. Yeah, it's so good you can eat it raw.
Very good.
Sometimes the duck droppings don't provide enough fertilizer, so Takao asks his neighbor, who rears cows, to deliver him some manure, which is the best fertilizer that exists. That's all about available resources, going to see what your neighbor has to offer and doing an exchange.
It's going to rain. Let's hurry up. It's duck. 3. 3 ducks.
Organic ducks.
Oh, yes.
Good duck.
Good duck.
This is my rice wine, duck rice.
These are shiitake mushrooms.
It's all homemade. Rice wine, and best of all, this duck, cooked to a lovely pink, which is really, really excellent. Thank you very much. It's simply divine. Is it this year's rice?
Yes, I harvested it 10 days ago.
10 days ago. Wow.
It's too much. Oh, thank you so much. Bye bye. Hi, arigatou.
They were really nice people. I'm missing them already.
By taking a fresh look at what most farmers consider as a pest, by agreeing to take a step back and taking the time to observe nature, Takao has created a genuine virtuous circle.